Middle of the world, eh? Can you raise up a sound, eh? Or does it want to fight, eh? When we stop till we get it right, eh? Middle of the world, eh? Can you raise up a sound, eh? Or does it want to fight, eh? When we stop till we get it right, eh?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Men's Health Matters, the Prostate Edition. Today's segment, we're going to continue with a brother's journey, stronger together. 3 brothers' journey through prostate cancer. I'd like to welcome my brother Erskine Merriweather back to the show. Welcome, Mr. Merriweather. How are you, sir?
Thank you. I'm doing good.
Well, I tell you what, I'm just making light, y'all.
Yeah, we just
you
having
know,
fun.
me and my brother, we've been going through this journey. So, Erskine, as we talk about this segment right here, I won't say wrap it up, as we continue to share with the audience the importance about our story. And as we get to that point where, Erskine, we want to tell something to the audience that will excite them, get them to go get tested, have that family history, go and find out about that prostate cancer. So I would like for you, going back through your diagnosis, Erskine, and you went through the valley and you went through the treatment stage and you went through some ups and downs. It's one subject we didn't talk about that I want to know about. How did faith play a role in your diagnosis and in this journey? I'm gonna give you a long topic, but I want you to just condense it. First of all, part 1 would be, did faith play a role, and how did it play a role when you made your health decisions?
Yeah, faith played a big role. Faith was really what was part of got me through. It was like, Lord, I know you got this. So I prayed, just like I told you earlier. I got the bishop to pray for me, and I kept praying. And family, wife side of the family, they kept praying for me. So I knew I was going to get through. And I kept going. I kept going to church, going through my treatments. I didn't let the devil run me off. I didn't let prostate run me off. I kept going to church, knowing that I was going to get better. I had faith that I was going to be better. And I can sit here today and say I'm cancer free.
Yeah, and when I think about it, what would you tell or share with members of your community, your church, that you just received this news and you have prostate cancer? That was a question we didn't talk about before, but I want to touch back on there. And like I say, what would you tell them? Would you tell you said faith played a role in that. Now I want to know, if when faith played a role in there and you was in the church and you were praying and the bishop was praying for you, did you ever think I gotta tell somebody? And then did you ever feel like, man, I don't want nobody to know?
No.
How would you tell the audience to overcome those decisions? Because, hey, those are big decisions, brother. You got to be able to say, hey, man, I'm standing in my church.
Yeah.
And this thing messing with number 2.
Yeah.
Brothers don't want to talk about that. So I'm going to give you the chance to tell the audience.
I told my friends, my church friends, my friends that hang out, we talk, I told them to keep me in their prayers.
Right.
And told them what I was going through. At first it's a shock, but they kept praying and I kept going through. And it's the first time I would say that if someone first news they hear that they got prostate cancer, first thing, if they believe in faith, seek prayer. Go to God, give it to God and say, God, I'm one of your servants. Heal me in Jesus' name.
Right.
And so that's is what I would tell them first. Then follow your next steps. Go get checked. Step 1, step 2, step 3. How many other steps you got to do? Follow your steps. Follow your heart. Follow your steps. Let your family know what's going through, so they can share it with others. So you can get a whole group of faith-based people praying for you.
So
even when I told my coworkers, they, not saying all of them was by faith that believed in God or go to church, but my coworkers would look out for me, until I stopped going to work. and stayed home on sick leave.
Right.
Mhm.
So being that you said that, and I'm thinking you done got this diagnosis,
Yep.
you done got
Yep.
sick,
Yep.
you done did this, you done checked. As we summarize this, you told the audience, your story.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would like to know, what would you tell as a black man? What would you tell other black men that's not in your church,
Mm-hmm.
but in your community? And like you said, what's the leading cause of death for black men?
Mm.
My question would be, as you tell the audience, you told your church, and you say you got the faith in you. Now, do you have the advocacy to spread the word when nobody else? Because see, like you say, we didn't know nobody in the beginning when we got it.
Mm-hmm.
We made that journey. So me and you've been on this journey since 2010. What have you learned from 2010 to now that you would tell these young men in their 30s why it's so important to get their prostate checked?
Well, I would tell the audience, the young men in the audience, the young, the old, whoever never had this self-check, get yourself checked, because, as he always said, AJ, that's a killer. Is it the number one killer among black men?
No, I would say that, because any lives lost,
Yeah,
is number one.
it's number one.
Because
So
early detection would have saved
early
that.
detection.
There
And
you
see,
go.
and the key is that I got early detection, you got early detection.
Right.
So get yourself checked. If you do it every 6 months, once a year, every 3 months, get yourself checked. Don't be such a superhero till you can't get yourself checked. It's a lot of black men who walk out there thinking, man, I ain't gonna let no man stick no finger up my butt. But that's only part of the process.
Right.
Get yourself checked. He-Man can die. Superman can die. He got kryptonite.
Right.
Well, we got prostate.
And we don't fit.
We don't
feel the finger.
And don't fear.
Don't fear.
And
don't fear.
It was times that I wasn't in the church, and that I found out somebody was going through cancer. This through talk. I'll just say, hey man, I've been there. Just go and get yourself checked. Do what you got to do. And you'll find out in the long run, early detection is the key.
Yes, it is.
And that's not the only cancer. If you go get colon cancer, all the cancers, get a check. We sit back and we get the stigma in our mind that we super. We don't believe what the doctors say. We don't believe this. We believe in holistic medicine and everything else. But when it comes to your individual self, get yourself checked.
I would say, bruh, in that point, I would say early detection saves lives.
That's the key.
What I would tell the audience, we have had wonderful conversations about prostate cancer. We have talked about everything in the book experience. But audience, we need to even take it to the next level. Why are we having this conversation today? It's because we came together and say, little brother, what can we do? We know your passion. My brother Erskine, he got the passion. My brother Chris, he's supervising us. He making sure that, hey, I'm supporting you. No matter what you're going through, audience, I support you. And that's the thing about prostate cancer, audience. No matter what you're going through, we are supporting you on your journey. This program today has been one of the best things that ever happened to me. But sharing this journey with my brother, you can't produce it no better than this. Because men, early detection saves lives. Go to the doctor, men. Ladies, if you have a loved one, take them to the doctor, because men do not go to the doctors, ladies. We don't go. You got to have someone else to take you. And you keep saying, why we say this? Because 1 in 6 or 1 in 5 black men are diagnosed with prostate cancer.
That's true.
And they don't know it. And what I mean by that, you hear all these actors and these people on TV, you see these black actors, they died of prostate cancer. And you say, they got all this money and why they still dying. Because they didn't do early detection or go to the doctor, or it doesn't spread outside the prostate. Audience, men, it's so important to know your family history.
Family history.
Family history, because we have a family history, and
not only
talk about it. Talk about
not only our family history, but the audience, your family history. I had a guy tell me, he said, man, you know, did he tell me his daddy, his granddaddy, all of them passed from prostate cancer, and he didn't know it. I said, what? He said, yeah, man, I didn't know that. And how he told me, because we got together, we had a man cave, and we talked about prostate cancer. So he came back to get some information. He said, we're going to have a reunion, and I'm going to give out all this information to the men in my family about prostate cancer. Because I didn't know my granddaddy and my daddy, whoever it was to that effect, they died from prostate cancer. So that's why you say not only our history, but you got to know your family history. You got to know what's going on in your family, who died from what. And see, sometimes, like we say, family don't talk about it. You know, we get together, we talk about everything. Then it's just like if we talk about the Bible, they might say, well, don't started preaching again. I got to go. So-and-so talking about prostate cancer. It's time to go. You know, but don't take that for granted. Listen to the ones who've been through it.
Well, I'll tell you what, as we get ready to wrap up this segment, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard from my brother Erskine Merriweather, his passion. You know, they always say the little brother is the one that's doing it. I feel like God put it in my heart to say, I touch you. Amen. Now go out and do what I tell you. So as we close out, we want you to know, audience, if you got a loved one, make sure they be in check. Amen. Know your family history. Do your research. Early detection, like we can't harp on it enough. Early detection saves lives. That's the key. So as we wrap this up, I'd like to thank my brother Erskine for still instilling in me that, hey, the passion I have for the community is worth dying for. No one has to die for prostate cancer. So we want you to understand that we can't do this by ourselves. We need your help to spread the word. Continue to share our network, our programs to your family and friends. Until we meet again, this is AJ Merriweather for Prostate Cancer. Thank you very much, and God bless you.